Welcome back, guys. Select Few. We've got our boy Phil Pressey in the house. Phil, I heard the good news, man. I heard you just signed a contract with the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thank you guys for having me on.
Bro.
This is big time. In my second year of coaching now, so I just took a position with the Celtics, player enhancement coach.
Man, let's give him a round of applause real quick.
Yeah,
today.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. It's
I
a
appreciate
huge,
it, man.
huge thing for us.
I
We've
appreciate
been
it.
waiting for this.
I appreciate it. It's a good opportunity for me to tell my story. I feel like everybody has one. So like I said, I thank you guys for having me on. But the position is a great position, great learning position. NBA, right? Some of the best basketball players in the world.
For sure.
Our coaching staff is phenomenal. So I'm just there to learn and improve every day.
That's awesome, man. Dude,
Yeah.
Congratulations again, man.
Thank you.
And I know you got a busy schedule and you got this awesome camp going, so I appreciate you really coming on and taking that time.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do is I kind of want to start off, and I want to know where you started, man. Before the NBA, before the coaching career, like you mind touching base on your upbringing?
Yeah, I got you. Well, my mom, Liz Pressey, my dad, Paul Pressey, they raised me to be who I am. I'm not going to go too far back, but, my dad coached and he played, professionally. So, I kind of moved around. I lived in San Antonio, Orlando, Boston for a little bit. Dallas is home base for me now. So I graduated from Dallas, went to college at the University of Missouri, went there for 3 years before I went pro. Played 9 years and professionally. I played 3 in the NBA, 2 with the Celtics, which is a big reason why I'm back there now coaching. My 3rd year in the NBA, I played with 3 different teams, Portland, Philly, and Phoenix. I played 1 year in the G League, and then I just finished 5 years in Germany. 5 years in Europe. I played 2 in Germany, and I know you were in Germany for a little bit, so I was
He's got Germany ties.
I was in a city called Oldenburg.
Germany's got a soft space for me, man. I love that place.
Yeah. I mean, I'm appreciative of the journey, man.
Yeah.
It's all about perspective, and each season that I had, gave me that different perspective.
So what was the motivation early on, like that started you playing ball?
Your father was in the NBA.
Yeah.
So that has to be a huge motivation of you to follow in those footsteps.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I mean, it was I didn't know it when I was, younger, but as I, look back, I see how much of an impact it had on my life in my career as a basketball player. Being able to be around NBA legends like Tim Duncan and Tracy McGrady, like I'm thinking that's normal, but it's not. So, when I was 5-6 years old, my dream of being in the NBA just felt like, it was destined to happen. I never had any doubt in my mind, even though.
So it wasn't like your dad was pressuring you to.
Oh, no.
It was you wanted to follow in his footsteps. You wanted to aspire to be what he was.
Correct. He never really pushed me to, play basketball. I kind of just got it organically by osmosis, right? Mm-hmm. He's a coach, so I'm in the gym every single day. I'm around, NBA players who can do things on the court that not a lot of people can do. So me just being able to watch
that
it.
Sparked the interest.
Yes, sparked it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And now, as I go through this coaching journey, like you said, you mentioned my camps. I'm just trying to spark somebody else's interest.
So with your dad being in the NBA, like
That has to be crazy.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
dad's
it's-
in the
yeah,
NBA?
No, it's definitely
That's-
a blessing.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
what kind of impact does that have with dad traveling all the
Yeah.
time? And I'm assuming y'all were still in Dallas,
Yeah. I mean,
or did
like I
y'all
said,
travel
I
too?
lived- Yeah, San Antonio. Oh yeah, we lived wherever my dad coached.
Okay.
So, it takes a strong woman to be able to do that. My
Yeah.
mom, she kind of held the fort down.
Sure.
And I didn't really.
Yeah, shout
I
out to Miss Pressey.
Yeah. Shout out to Miss Pressey.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you'll see her at the camps. As I get into having more camps.
Yeah.
Like she's the the foundation.
Yeah.
She's the foundation. She's the reason why everything is possible. So, we really didn't miss a beat. Like when my dad was gone, we had a little bit more freedom. My dad's not there, so we feel like we can do a little bit more. But
Yeah.
she held it down. Her being able to, not be a single mom, but at times she was.
Yeah.
And then when my dad came back, he sacrificed, his summers were, being in the NBA, your summers are free. So during the summers, he sacrificed his quote unquote free time for family time.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's a
That's
lot.
huge.
A lot of guys forget that.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, heck, in the past, I've been on vacation, I still won't put my phone down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, especially like for your dad, and mad props to him for doing that, because losing sight of family, man, it changes everybody involved and yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
And no, big shout out to him for that, and shout out to your mom.
Man, she's big time. Man.
It's,
she's not like my one day I want to be able to give her, because she loves to work. Her nickname is like a work ant. Like she loves to work.
Likes to stay busy.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to, we spoke about it earlier about the nonprofit. I want to give her, a platform to where she can work, right? But also do something that she appreciates and where she's not working. Like whenever I'm in basketball, I'm on the court, I'm working with players, I'm working with the staff. I don't feel like I'm working, right? Because it's something that I love to do. So to try to give her something that she loves to do, I think that'll, make me happy.
That's the biggest gift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what we're all searching for, is something we love to do, to where it
that you can't call it work, right?
exactly. That's what everyone wants.
100%.
Yeah, it's a fulfillment, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can't find fulfillment, it don't matter what you do.
For sure.
You got to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
And that's a different message to anybody. Everybody has a different way of being fulfilled.
Yeah.
So you went to high school where?
So I started out in Boston. My dad was coaching with the Celtics with Doc Rivers, but I ended up finishing school in Dallas. So it's called Episcopal School of Dallas, just in North Dallas, would you say? I don't know if you know Jesuit High School. That's probably the most prominent school in the area, but Episcopal School of Dallas is where I went. I've ended up graduating there. And it was a private school, so it was a challenge for me, but I was able to kind of overcome those challenges and go to college and graduate from college. And some kids don't get that opportunity.
No.
So now that I'm put in a position where I can help others and, hopefully provide scholarships to go to that school.
Right.
So that's where I'm at. And
Which college did you end up at?
I went to the University of Missouri. I
Okay.
was there from 2010 to 2013. Great school, man. Great school, great community.
Man, to go back to high school, so I saw the footage of you dunking on somebody.
Okay.
Ooh.
So did that help you? Like, how did that play a part into going into college? Was that like was that a major part?
At the time, me and Lamb, shout out Lamb.
Shout out Lamb. Yes,
We
sir.
talk about it like
He's single,
that.
ladies. He's single. Just wait till you see what he looks like on the next episode.
Big
Hey,
lamb.
we got forever, man. His job is to make you look like a superstar. So
Yeah.
That's what I do.
But at that moment, that highlight, social media wasn't as big as it is today. So
Right.
when it happened,
Which is good.
yeah, it was kind of like
It was a small circle that knew what
I wasn't
happened.
really thinking about going viral or whatever. I was just kind of thinking, wow, man, like I was in the moment.
Yeah.
And
Like,
it
how
was
tall
amazing.
are you?
I say I'm 6 feet, but you know how that we can keep it at
That
that.
means 5'10" and a half.
We keep it at keep it at that.
I know that's a personal question, but it's like, in the NBA, you just assume everybody's, 6'2" and
Yeah,
bigger.
no, but that's
right?
how that's how it really is though. Like you really don't know how tall dudes are
Yeah.
because
I'm like,
you
Shaq
got
looks
guys
little.
like you got guys like KD who don't want to be 7 feet.
Yeah.
Right. He
Yeah.
gonna say he's 6'10",
Yeah.
6'11". But then you got guys like me who want to be taller. So
Right.
it is what it is.
I don't want to be 7 foot and not
Yeah,
fit in a
it's-
Ferrari.
Hey, man, you got to have heart though.
Yeah.
Like in basketball, some guys are 6'2" and they play like they're 6'6", 6'8".
Yeah.
And there's some guys who are 6'8", they play like they're 6'2". So
I mean, there's a famous clip of you beating LeBron on the jump.
LeBron, yeah,
you
man.
you have a huge jump, dude.
Yeah, man, that's
being your height, you get
it's-
up there.
Yeah,
Is that like you can jump over a car?
man, let's not. I know y'all probably want to try it out, but I don't think I don't have the.
Well, what's that vertical?
You said what now?
What's the actual vertical?
Let's say my prime about 40.
Bro,
40. Yeah,
that's huge.
I think
I mean, my sister,
mine's
she
like
got-
14.
Yeah,
my sister,
exactly.
my
Mine's
sister
6.
My sister played professional volleyball, so
Okay.
hers is higher than mine.
Oh, she's
Man.
spiking the ball.
Oh,
and
she's smaller than me, and she was an outside hitter.
Man,
You know, so
her knees are like taller than the net.
yeah, nah, she's different, man. She's different. She's inspiration to me. She's
Yeah.
4 years older.
But you come from a family of athletes.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Everyone in your brothers and sisters.
both
I
my
mean, your
sisters
father.
played.
Look at his NBA career. You, it's in your blood to be in this industry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's in my blood. Both my sisters played. My brother played. My mom, she did everything. She says she played basketball, tennis, doctor. I've never seen her play any of those, but she said she did. So I'm just gonna take her.
I mean,
word for it.
some of the biggest stars over the history. I mean, it's all their mom that pushed them.
Man, it is.
You know what I mean?
It's always
like,
the mom.
Like, look at Michael Jordan's mom.
It
know?
is.
Huge
It is.
inspiration. Obviously, shout out to his dad, rest in peace. But
Yeah.
it's like same thing. Like they, that foundation.
Foundation.
Right? And I mean, there's plenty of players who didn't have that foundation and still made it.
Yeah.
Which is it's a whole nother story. But it's like that's great that they that your mom
Yeah.
and your dad both like. And
They were supportive. They were there,
Yeah.
pushing you to strive for better. And
Yep.
a lot of people don't get that.
They don't.
So like in high school, what was give me what's the moment you think about in high school? Like playing the game. Did something big happen like in one of the games that you just like sometimes reminisce?
I mean, championships, I won 2 championships at ESD or Episcopal School of Dallas. Of course, you think about winning, but also the camaraderie, right? The team, your teammates.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
huge.
a lot of athletes think about.
Yeah.
Whether you played in middle school, high school, college, or pro, that's one of the biggest, life's lessons, skills that you learn from playing sports. So I'm just thankful to be able to play sports,
Yeah.
play basketball in particular. And like I said, when I think about playing, that's what I think about my teammates, because lifelong relationships, especially when I went to Europe.
Sure.
I got friends in Spain. I got friends in Turkey. I got friends in Germany, that I talk to till this day. And without basketball, none of that's possible.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
that's fantastic. You get to see the world, man. And
Hey,
do what you
travel.
love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It doesn't get much better than that.
I mean,
Exactly.
it takes you away from a little bit of the Boston culture life. I went to Boston once, and this is my own personal story. But I went there, and it's like I only ordered a slice of pizza,
They're angry over
and
there.
she was angry.
They're
probably cold
pissed.
out. It's probably cold
It's like
outside,
I was inconveniencing her.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, you work
But
here.
that's
culture,
their
man.
that's
Like,
their
I'm-
every day.
It's the culture. You got to embrace it.
It was.
It's part
I'm
of
like,
the culture.
man, this is like a New Jersey, Boston, New York, like
You got to
combination.
embrace it. You got to embrace it.
I'm like,
yeah.
man.
So can you take us back to the point to where you're playing college ball, and how does getting into the NBA all
How's that transition?
How does that come to
Well, before
fruition?
that, so you won in high school, but you also won a college championship, right?
Yeah. We won a Big 12 championship my sophomore year. We had a pretty good season that year. So
Is that what helped jumpstart you into being NBA eligible? I mean, what was that
Man,
that transition like?
I mean, how I looked at it, right? When you go to the camps in middle school, I went to, and it was probably 9th grade. One of the coaches there said, he was an NBA guy, and he's like, the chances, there's 100 of you guys in here, one of you guys are gonna go to the NBA.
Right.
And I'm looking to the dude on my left, I'm looking to the dude on my right. I'm
Right.
like, damn, sucks for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, that's always been my mindset. Me being in middle school, the next step was high school. When I was in high school, the next step was college. When I was in college, the next step was the pros. So
Absolutely.
that's kind of how I viewed it. Just try to work hard and have goals. Just stay focused, believe in yourself. The same things I tell. It's cliche, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the same things I tell the kids at my camp.
Yeah. I mean, it's believing in yourself is tough because I didn't believe in myself, But
Yeah.
I had so many people around me who believed in me,
Yeah.
and so I did everything I did for them,
Yeah.
And then when I really kind of opened my eyes, it's like, oh man, I'm not feeling fulfilled, right? But you got to have that belief in yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's like you said, like you kind of knew I'm going to the NBA, and laws of attraction, right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna focus on this is what I'm gonna do, and it happened.
Yeah.
So in college, I mean, college ball versus NBA ball,
Whole different world.
like
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah,
like
just a little bit.
it's like, because like I was reading not too long ago, they passed that where now these college athletes can get endorsed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And before is against the rules.
Yeah.
Like, what's your thoughts on that?
So like I guess it's NIL, name, image, and likeness. So players are allowed to get paid for that. They can do brand deals and endorsements.
Be an influencer.
An influencer. Yeah. I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's cool for the game. Kids can get paid. I wish I got paid when I was in school.
Do you think there's drawbacks?
Man. Yeah, I think there's pros and cons to everything. So, there's going to be this trial and error phase right now. Like they're trying things out, and I think it's going to get better as time goes on. So I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, me too. It's it's like from my own personal perspective, it's like I look at how much players make, and I respect it. I'm like, damn. That's pretty damn good.
Well, you have to look at how much the colleges make off the players.
Well, I mean, heck, the colleges make off the players, make off the students. I mean, we already know the college part's like overpriced and the dean's making too much money and this and that. But it's like, I almost feel like personally, like it takes away from the sport sometimes.
It does.
And that's what my fear is with college, because it's like, you leave high school, you get into college, you're playing ball, man, and you're riding this high.
Yeah.
And you can contest it more because obviously I didn't do all that. But it's like, from the outside perspective, I'm like, once you start getting paid early on, right? It's not even a career yet. You're still in college, still trying to, prove your game, prove this so you can make it to the draft and so on and so forth. I just feel like there's potential for this to go the other way where people become.
Of course. You're getting gold chains. You're in rap videos.
Yeah. I mean,
I bought a McLaren.
But that's just my fear, man. Because it's like, it's like you look back at Allen Iverson on a whole different take here, but it's like he had all of this money, but no mentors, nobody along the way, and then he goes broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like if they start him off in college, making
With
all this money,
and
they don't give the mentorship, right? Because people are capitalizing on somebody else's performance.
Sure.
And it's like, if you come hand me $1 million endorsement deal, I'm gonna rock those Jordans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ball out.
But at the same time, like, I don't have to play as hard right now. Like in my heart,
I can sit back.
I don't feel like I have to prove myself because you just wrote me $1 million check. So why should I work as hard as I was last week?
Yeah.
Because now I've proven myself.
Yeah.
And that's my personal take on like what I'm seeing in all professional sports. I feel like there's a drawback. Like me personally, I think there should be like a salary plus commission. Based off your
performance.
Yeah,
sure.
Stats, performance.
Yeah,
and that's my perspective, and that's my fear when it comes to that.
No, I agree, man.
That in college, and
they do have a lot of contracts like that set up where you got bonus incentives of certain things you do.
Yeah, but the bonus incentive after you get $70 million a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you win a championship, I'll give you another 50.
Yeah.
Like that's my only thing, and it's like LeBron and this is my opinion is LeBron's very talented. Like he's obviously I'm never gonna call him the GOAT personally.
No, Michael's the GOAT.
I'm all Jordan.
MJ.
I'm still stuck in the Jordan, Pippen, Rodman days.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that was my upbringing, and I was always a Bulls fan, and like I love Jordan. But it's like I feel like the commercialism of the sport now. And it's like, I mean, I'm proud of LeBron. I don't know him, but I'm proud of him and the amount of money he's worth and what he's done. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like it takes some of the humbling out, and like it takes the sport away.
It takes the grind out of the
I
sport.
feel the opposite about LeBron because, I mean, the dude's 38 and he still puts the work in like when he just came into the league. I mean, he's 38, still dropping 30. Like, I feel like he's kind of done the opposite.
I'm waiting for somebody to come out and do what Wilt Chamberlain did with that 100-point game.
That's a whole different league.
They say that's a myth, man.
That's a whole different
It's a myth?
They say that's a myth.
Is it a myth?
There's video of everything in the world, but nobody got that video of him getting 100.
He's in the book.
It's in the book though, right? Come on, but hey.
If you look at LaMelo Ball too, I mean, he's been getting money for a while. And he's still putting the work in.
See, me personally, the Ball family, man, I feel like Dad needs to step aside. Like I love Dad's
so
support.
Loudmouthed and
Dude, I love his support, man. I love how much he loves his kids. But I'm like, dude, like if you just leave them alone, let them do their own thing.
He got them all to the league though.
He
It's
did,
true.
man.
He did.
But I feel like he's really capitalizing on it.
Hey, they're capitalizing too.
Oh,
though.
of course.
If I,
he had
like,
3 sons.
He's doing a lot,
league.
but he got 3 of them, and like you can't beat that, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know how
he
hard
did
it
his
is.
thing.
I think
For sure.
I mean, but like was it LeBron's kid? Did he join already? Like
USC.
He's at USC?
Yeah, he's in USC,
USC.
right? Is Snoop's kid still in USC?
I thought he was
He
playing
went
football.
to UCLA. He went to UCLA, I think.
Oh, UCLA.
For football, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
It's random, but I'm talking sports. I'm talking about money. So I figure, why
That's where
not?
money goes.
Yeah.
I'm like, but because I look at a lot of these people who've been, famous in their own way, right? And then
Sure.
their kids are now coming out, right? Because I'm, being
And they're automatically famous.
Right.
They can
Oh,
do
yeah,
whatever
for
they
sure.
want, and they're
For
going to be
sure.
successful.
well, and then that's the problem with
Because
social
of their
media,
name.
right? Yeah,
Social
it's like, but that's so that takes me to you, right? So it's like you did well in your own way.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your dad's career ever like overshadowed yours in any way?
Not really overshadow it. I never
Like from
felt
people, not so
pressure.
much
yeah,
like for
Sure. I
you.
mean, everybody was saying, "Oh, you're Paul's son" or whatever that may be, but like I never felt the pressure.
Did he give you a boost? Did he
Yeah,
give
for
you
sure.
a,
I mean, yeah, definitely. I was able to be seen,
Yeah.
more because of that.
that's Paul's kid.
The
Watch-
last year,
watch
Pressey's
his plays.
kid. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
But then
I
you
mean,
had
that has to be real.
you had to prove yourself too.
Sure.
You had to, it got you in the door for sure.
Yeah.
But
Like,
then
look
you gotta
at Jordan's
perform.
son. That's Michael Jordan's son, and he didn't
Michael
do
Jordan.
nothing.
Yeah, he didn't make it to the
I
league,
mean,
so-
he
don't
did.
have to do
He's. I mean, Scottie Pippen's ex-wife is now having his baby.
That's-
So
that's true.
which is kind of weird, but
Yes,
that's
yeah,
happening.
Yeah.
That's a plot twist for sure.
That's my boy's Pippen, dude. My bad.
So I want to know, like, the moment you got drafted into the NBA.
Well, you went undrafted, right?
Correct, undrafted. So I had to prove myself again. That's
So
why I
what
said
was that
chip on the
feeling
shoulder.
like to be an NBA player? Like you've been playing through middle school, high school, college. Like this is your dream. What
Yeah.
did that feel like to be an official NBA player?
Of course, it's surreal, right? You can't
Yeah.
really believe you're there, but I felt like I was supposed to be. I never, doubted
You're like,
in my
I
mind.
grinded for this.
Yeah,
I was.
it was just.
I've been
a matter,
waiting for this.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
We said a prayer before this, and you were talking about adversity. Me going through my journey as a player, I face adversity, right? That's just part of the journey, but it's not what happens to you; it's how you respond to it. So
Sure.
when I went
Yes, sir.
undrafted, right? You feel me? I'll go undrafted. It's not what happens to me; it's how I respond. So I just took it, as fuel to the fire. Used it as motivation, and it helped me, succeed in the end. So
Persevere through it.
persevere. Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
that is the greatest message you should.
Yeah, that was
Like that's it. Like you need to tell it to that camera, those audience. Like, that's what they need to live by. I mean,
Absolutely.
for real. Like,
for sure.
and because so many people fall victim to their circumstance because of a mindset.
Mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Sure.
matter where you're at in life. You don't have to be a victim to your circumstance.
No,
Right.
you don't. It's
You don't
hard
ha-
though. It's not easy.
I mean,
man.
there are many obstacles,
not
right?
easy. Yeah.
The worse your circumstance are, there's a lot more obstacles.
yeah.
It's kind of like we were talking about kids aging out of the foster system, right? I mean, that's a huge obstacle,
Yeah.
a huge adversity, right? Because half the time there's no family, there's nobody to turn to.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm 18, I'm on the streets now. Like I'm living in a halfway house, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but it's like, who's coming along to mentor them? There might be a guy in a halfway house right now who should be an NBA star, or should be an artist,
You never
or
know.
a contractor, something, right? And that's it's don't be a victim of your circumstances. Part one, right?
Yeah.
Mentorship is part two. So while in college, you're ready to hit the draft,
Yeah.
right? So your name gets put in the draft, and then you don't go drafted. How'd you feel?
I mean, I cried. That's like my lifelong
Defeated.
dream. Yeah, defeated. It took me about a couple minutes, and then I ended up getting a call from Boston, and they offered me a contract. So, I went from sad to happy right away. But your dream is to get drafted, but it didn't happen. So, like you said, being able to show some type of resiliency, perseverance, and that's really when you see the character of somebody,
Sure.
just how they are when things don't go their way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's cliche, but
Yeah,
that
hey,
tough
man.
times.
I'm a
that
cliche
builds character.
I live by a lot of cliche,
I mean, and that's you get
words.
stuck in the dark, man. But eventually, there's light.
For
you know,
sure,
but
yeah.
you have to see it yourself.
Yes.
I mean, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Part one question would be like, do you think some teams just don't like in the draft? They're like, you know what, I want that player, but I don't really want to pay very good. You know, like,
Yeah, I don't know,
Like,
man.
do you think
I'm
that's
going
what
through that right
they
now.
wait?
I'm going through that right now. Like this is gonna be my first year, coaching in the NBA. So I'm curious about that dynamic of the league, you know, to see how things work.
I mean, it's a business.
It's a business, exactly.
You know?
And I'm around some of the best, man. Like,
because like I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna get 1 through 5 because they're gonna cost me too much. You know, my business. I've got the salary
That's
cap.
how it goes. Yeah,
I've
for
got
sure.
this, but you know what? That kid right there, he's talented. My scouts have all looked at him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wait.
Right.
If he don't get drafted, I'm gonna get him for half price.
yeah, that's the game.
I mean,
that's the game.
You know,
Like,
but that's how I'm thinking. Like
Yeah,
a
that's
business
the game.
mindset. You know, as
that's
a
the game.
human, that's shitty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as a business mindset, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
And so I'm very curious, like personally, about that side of business.
Well, let's check back in 5 years, and I'll give you give you my experience,
Yeah.
expertise on that.
But it's you know, like how many people go undrafted on average?
I don't know. It's probably, let's see.
Was it the
Gotta
guy
be-
that on the left and the right of you in the other story?
Yeah. we was all in the same boat.
Yeah.
You feel me? And the coach, he was right.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, being able to be put in that position allows me to tell my story because there's hundreds, thousands who are going to be me. So,
Sure.
and you can still make it. You know, everybody's path, everybody's journey is going to be different. Sometimes you pray and you want things to happen how you want it to, but sometimes it's not for you.
Yeah.
Right? And you have to figure out how to, you know, bounce back, you know, get back on track. You know, nobody's perfect, right? So even if you fail, even if you know, didn't get to where you want to get to, the most important thing is if you try and try again.
That's been a hard lesson for me, like God's plan versus my plan. You know?
Yeah, man.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's real. It's real.
why didn't that happen? And then literally like a year later, 3 months later, it could be 2 weeks later, and, it happens.
Yeah.
But it happens in a different way. I'm like, or something didn't happen that I thought I wanted, and then it happens. I'm like, okay, but it happened in a different way that was better.
Right.
I'm like, okay. Kind of like the customer you don't get, and you're like, and then you find out that was not the customer you wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
You know. So let me ask you this: so like coming out of college, you get in the draft. Was there people that you were friends with that were in the draft with you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, most of the guys in the draft,
It's a brotherhood.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Brotherhood.
You're
you play
grinding
against
together.
them.
You're working your ass off to become something else, and
Yep.
you're struggling together, and it
Yep.
creates a bond.
Yeah, it's a bond that would never be broken because,
Sure.
you know, you're all going through the same thing. You all want to make it. You all want to make as much money as you can, take care of your family. But it starts in the grassroots. You know, you've been playing against these guys since 7th, 8th grade,
Yeah.
Right.
all the way up to high school, to college.
Yeah.
You know, so most of you guys you might not know on like a friendship level, but you're pretty familiar with them from
Yeah.
just seeing them at every AAU tournament,
Sure.
every camp.
So in college, someone you played against in college
Yep.
that went pro, who you felt was like true competition, like who would that be?
I mean, Kyrie Irving, he was pretty good. You know, we're around the same age, same class.
Came up together.
Yeah, came up together. He was pretty good. He was probably the first dude that I came across.
He's doing big things right now.
Yeah,
He's a
big
huge
time.
name.
Yeah,
That's a
man.
big name.
They were hyping him up at that
Yeah.
time. But you know, at that time, you thinking you're the best.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And you're like, why are they hyping? You know what? It makes sense now.
Yeah.
Because he's sure he's a real deal.
I mean, it's wild. I mean, and that's really cool. Like I'm kind of envious in a way. Like you seeing some of these dudes come up. I get to see them on TV, you know,
Yeah.
doing their best they can, this and that. Because even if you lose, sometimes they still played a hell of a game.
For sure.
But it's like to see it go that far back, like with him. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
That's crazy. They
Yeah.
become big names.
it is.
So there's this epic picture out
Yeah.
there of you beating LeBron on the jump ball.
Oh yeah, it's big time.
So what is it like with playing, you know, of course you grew up admiring basketball, playing basketball, and then you're actually in the NBA.
Yeah.
And you're up against LeBron.
LeBron,
You know,
yeah.
That's
Hey,
a
shout
huge
out,
name.
Hey, shout out Lamb again. He got. I mean, like I probably wouldn't have that picture if it wasn't for him.
That
so.
was your picture, Larry?
No, he found it. Yeah, he got all.
Damn.
Man, so
What a great picture.
take us through that moment. Like,
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
mean,
he's
I-
not just
I-
family. He's like your hype man.
Yeah, all that, and I'm his hype man. I'm
Yeah.
his hype
Yeah.
man. You
That's
feel
dope.
me? So like,
Dude,
you know,
We
Eric's
all
my
need
hype
that.
man.
Yeah,
you got
we hype each other
yeah,
up.
you
though.
gotta
got
have
to,
it.
right?
That's the friend. That's
Yeah.
the people you want in your circle.
That's your brother.
You know, so
that's what brother do.
Yep.
but no, back to the LeBron. I mean, I was in the moment, man. Like,
Yeah.
Just trying to win.
just trying to win. Like, I
you
got.
weren't even thinking, this is LeBron I'm going up
Oh,
against.
of course,
Like-
I knew
like-
I was
So
waiting for
I
that
haven't
moment.
seen the photo. I heard about it. So like, give me like, we got third quarter? Like what
I
is
believe
this?
it. Like I think it was the fourth quarter for sure in the game. I didn't play that whole series. You know, that was my second year in the NBA. So we had a great team. I didn't play much that game, and
Who was on your team at the moment?
some of the top guys, probably Isaiah Thomas, like Jeff Green, Avery Bradley, Kelly Olynyk. These are all guys who are older now, but at that time, Marcus Smart, Jay Crowder. Like these are marquee guys at the time. So, you know, we had a pretty good team. So I wasn't, you know, that's part of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, even though you want to be the star of the show every single game, sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes you got to cheer on your teammates.
Sure.
But that's what I was doing. But then I got subbed in, and that moment happened. It doesn't, you know.
It's still a cool moment.
Yeah, it's cool. Like it's a cool
You
moment.
got that
for
on a
me.
big picture.
exactly.
Nah, like
that was
that's
a
what I'm saying.
poster on my wall.
Exactly. Like for me, that's
It's
like
kind of like the Air Jordan moment.
that's something like I literally like I expected things like that to happen, and you know it's different from like a player standpoint because
Sure.
it's just part of it. It's part of the game.
Right.
I never really thought about it much until Lamb he got it, and that's big time. But for me, it's just another moment in my
it's
my
another
career.
day.
Yeah,
But
it
you can-
really
Yeah.
is.
On the grind, doing what you love.
That definitely like shows like, especially like the your camps that you do, the smaller guys that come into camp that
Yeah.
are intimidated
Yeah.
because they're small.
Just
Like,
because you're small doesn't
That
mean you
doesn't
can't
beat
smash
LeBron.
out LeBron.
Shout out the
Exactly.
little guys, man.
Exactly.
It's
We
funny,
matter too.
You know, it's crazy how much height plays a role in different things in life. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like my son wants to be a professional skater. And he's like, I cannot grow bigger than 5'7". I'm like, you're already
The other way.
You're already 5'8".
He doesn't want to be tall.
You know, no, he's like, I can't be. You know, he's like Nigel Houston's 5'7". So
He's so lanky
and I'm like,
tall
dude, you're
already.
like 100 pounds and 5'8" already, and
Yeah.
you're only 15.
Yeah.
I'm like, good luck not being 6 foot.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And
But,
he's
you know,
like, there's not enough skaters to be 6 foot. I said, you can do whatever you want. Dude.
yeah,
I
you just
said,
gotta
Tony
modify
Hawk
it.
is 6'5".
You gotta modify it, man. You
Yeah,
gotta
I'm like,
gotta modify
which is the
it.
opposite of basketball, right? It's
Yeah.
like people want to be 6'5".
Yeah.
You know, not quite 7 foot, but 6'5".
Yeah, 7
close
foot is
enough.
tough.
So
Seven
it
foot's
sounded
good
like
enough.
you weren't even nervous. Jump ball happens.
Hell
Oh,
no.
no, that was an
That's-
opportunity,
He's
man.
trying
That was
to
an
trying to
opportunity.
smack
That's
LeBron
preparation.
down.
You ever had a fanboy moment in the NBA? Like there's a player out there and you're like, oh, hell.
It's competition. At
I
that
like-
Yeah,
point.
it really
I
is
know, but
competition.
it's like you're like,
I mean,
dude,
you look
that
at dudes
guy-
like LeBron and like Kobe. Like those are the guys I grew up
Right.
watching. So like when I'm on Chris Paul, right?
And Kobe was still in the league when you were
Yeah,
in,
Kobe,
right?
RIP,
Yeah,
but he was
for real.
definitely
Shout out
still.
Kobe.
He was still in the league. I played his last game. I was with the Sixers. That was my third year. I played his last game in Philly, so it was sold out. But yeah, I mean, some guys like Chris Paul. I went to his camp, so you know I was 14, 15
Yeah.
at his camps. So like I was inspired by him. But once I got 18, 19, and the NBA started getting closer and closer, I was kind of looking at them more as competition than
Yeah.
you know.
Right. Speaking of competition, so you're in the NBA. Who's the toughest player you had to guard?
Toughest player I had to guard. I mean, at that time there was a lot of good players.
Coach Phil Jackson.
starting with like Kyrie, Westbrook, Kemba, John Wall.
Like who put that work on you? Like you was like,
That
ooh.
work.
Like Garden.
Man,
somebody?
Reggie Jackson with the OKC Thunder, he was pretty good. I was like, man, this dude's pretty good.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like a marquee guy.
He's quick,
He was
right?
kind of, huh?
He's real quick.
Yeah, he was on his come up, but I was like, because he was a backup, so you think most backups are like, okay, they're not that good, or but
Right.
most backups are pretty good.
Yeah.
They're kind of trying to work their way up to be a starter.
Sure.
And for you to be a starter, most times you got to become a backup first. So he was pretty good, but all those guys, especially at the point guard position at that time, it was a challenge every single night.
Now, who was somebody you put the work on?
Ooh.
But the work, I mean, I had
Besides
I had a couple good games.
That's a
man.
complicated
Give me
question.
one person you really put that work on.
I had a couple
That's
games, man. I ain't gonna.
You
That's never
almost
been
can't
me,
say
man.
it.
That's never
You're
been
just-
me.
You're just
I mean,
shitting on that person. At that point.
Exactly.
Okay, let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
Who would you score your most points on?
My most points, man. It's
It's kind of the same scenario.
yeah, like I said, man.
That's a nice way to put
NBA is it's a very, very hard league to play in.
It's a give and take.
You
You're
have to-
trying your all, and everyone else is trying their all on you.
Yeah.
From one to 12, or now I think they got like 15 or 16 guys. But from top to bottom, you're dealing with, National Player of the Year players, right?
Yeah.
Who went undrafted last night. National Player of the Year. You get what I'm saying? So that's how good, a lot of these NBA players are. So,
facts.
nobody, you really can't take no slight,
Sure.
to anybody.
Yeah, I know guys who, they'll be watching the game and they're like, man, that guy's trash. I can put up 10 points. I'm like, no, you can't.
Yeah, that's human nature.
You
We talk
cannot
about it,
put up
man.
10
That's human nature. We fight it every single day.
Like
We
putting
fight
up
it every
10
day.
points in the NBA is hard to do.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
for
it's
sure.
like-
2 points.
Yeah.
2 points.
I mean, it's not your craft. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like we were talking to the last guest about the UFC. Like if we can go up against like Jake Paul or Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, I was like, how long are you gonna last?
Yeah, no
He's
way.
like, I got 3 minutes.
Nah.
Yeah,
You only last
I was
3
like, I
minutes.
got 2.
Yeah,
30
2
seconds.
minutes.
30 seconds.
Probably.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
funny.
So take us back. What was it like? What was the transition period to where you became involved in coaching?
So my transition period till I became involved in coaching, I always felt like I was a coach. The point guard position is an extension of the head coach.
Okay.
That's something that my dad, taught me is, since I was a smaller guy, at the point guard position, you have to make sure you're, not only pointing and directing guys into their position, but, also preaching what the head coach wants to be, preached
Sure.
amongst the team. So that's what I've been doing since, day one. And then as I started getting to my camps, we just finished 10 years this year. The first 6 or 7, I was kind of just going with the flow. But as I got to about 26, 27, I was like, man, this is pretty cool, like being able to impact lives without me actually playing.
So it was almost natural with the position you played. You're
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of directing things, and
Exactly.
kind of orchestrating people, and like, hey, watch out for this. and-
Exactly. Exactly. And that's exactly what it is, being able to, make others look better than you. Like, I didn't think I was a very good basketball player. I was an assist guy. Like, I passed the ball a lot. So usually if you put good players around me, I'm going to look better because I'm going to try to make them shine.
Sure.
So,
Right.
But you're all completing a common goal.
yeah,
You
it's
know,
team,
you're-
man.
you're-
team.
You're setting the game plan to score on the other team.
And that's one thing, as I get into coaching, you do the 1, 2, 3 break. I always say team,
Right.
It's an acronym. It stands for together, everyone achieves more, right? So whenever you just say team, it's like I said, it's cliche, right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
cliche, but it means
Acronyms all day.
It means it. It means
Yeah.
means something,
Right.
So, that's just how I feel. I guess I'm a team guy.
So how has your experience as an NBA player prepared you for this next step in your life as a coach?
I think sports in general, help you life after sport or basketball. It teaches you the life skills that you need to make it when you're done playing. The importance of, being resilient, being accountable, showing up on time, respecting others, preparation. All this is, essential to be a coach. And I practice it every single day as a player. But one thing that I do know is that what I did as a basketball player is going to help me as a coach, but it's not going to, ultimately propel me to where I want to be. So the same hard work and, dedication I had as a player, I now have to do that as a coach and kind of, prove myself, with that chip on my shoulder.
What is the most exciting thing that you're looking forward to in this new venture, being a coach?
The most exciting thing that I'm looking forward to is, I mentioned earlier, is being around some of the best basketball players in the world.
Sure.
So, me working with them, they're going to learn from me, and I'm going to learn from them. But also, to talk about the coaching staff again, headlined by the head coach, Joe Mazzulla. I'm just appreciative for him to give me the opportunity.
Yeah.
We have other coaches on the staff who are, veterans, right? So I'm in a great place. The only thing I can do is learn and grow and develop.
What I want to know is, how did you not fall into the person that's trying to ball out and be, Instagram famous, and
Yeah.
you're on the NBA,
Yeah.
think you're the shit, and
Yeah.
just be covered in diamonds and
Yeah, man.
Like, I mean, that's
Yeah.
There's so many. You must see so many guys fall into that lane. Like you seem
Yeah.
so reserved
Yeah.
and composed. Like how did you keep that mindset?
I mean,
Did you ever like? There's got to be some part. Of
yeah,
you, like,
for sure. I mean, my parents, right?
Yeah.
You know, I've been blessed to
a
have
good foundation.
Yeah, foundation. You know, my brother and I, we talk about, you know, building your foundation on bedrock.
Sure.
Right. You don't want to build anything on sand. So being able to have my parents, you know, build our my life on the core values that we needed to succeed, it's a blessing for sure. So the reason why, you know, I'm able to kind of navigate through life the way I do is because of them. And sport has a big reason. You know, as I transition in this coaching role, I'm kind of able to use those same core values I had as a player, you know, now as a coach.
So is the end goal to kind of, not end goal, but just future goals to kind of climb your ranks to be a head coach?
Yeah.
You seem so young.
Yeah.
Is there other coaches around your age?
Oh, I mean, our head coach, Joe Mazzulla, he's 34.
Oh, okay.
34, 35, I believe. But, you know, age doesn't, you know, I think you need the experience, right?
Yeah.
The different perspectives. And as
Sure.
I go through as a player, you know, when you ask me how can I be humble, it's because I've been the last guy on the bench,
Yeah.
right? I've been a starter. I've been the sixth man off the bench. You know, I've been, you know, cut multiple times. So it gives you that, you know, that's one thing about
You're expendable.
that's one
Yes.
thing about basketball.
Yeah.
Either you're gonna be humble, right, or it's gonna humble you.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been able just to stay humble, whether I'm on top of my game or, you know, or I'm on the, you know, on the bottom. You know, I know things can change in a day. So just being able to stay humble throughout my career has helped me, you know, elevate.
Get you next level.
That's what it's about,
You're-
man.
I mean, everything you've done so far has
Yeah.
propelled you to the point you're at. Why not keep doing the same thing?
Yeah, it allows you to relate, right?
Yeah.
It allows you to relate. You know, there's a guy on the staff, Matt Reynolds. You know, he was there with the Celtics when I was there as a player, and he's still there now as a coach. So, you know, being able to come back, you know, full circle and see him, you know, elevate in his career, you know, it's inspiring because, you know, I want to be where he's at. You
Yeah.
know, there was a time where he was, you know, lower down
Sure.
on the staff, and now he's working his way up. So,
Yeah.
you know, big respect to him.
That's your aspiration.
Man, yeah.
Work your way through and,
Exactly.
and just put in the time
Exactly.
and get to where you want to be.
Yeah, be where your feet are. You know, most
Yeah.
importantly, be where your feet
Absolutely.
are.
That's a big statement.
That's facts.
I mean,
that's facts,
You got to
right?
put
That's
in
life.
the work.
Yeah.
You have to.
That's life.
So
Yeah.
many people just want to get to, you know, I want to be head coach, going
Yeah.
from an NBA player, you know?
Yeah, for
you
sure.
you gotta put in the work, and
I agree.
you're doing
Yeah.
the steps of
Yeah.
learning your way up. And
If you're gonna be a dreamer, be a doer.
absolutely,
You know,
Yeah.
like it's
Big
that
facts.
simple.
yeah,
And
It's-
you got to be around good people. Like, you know, having this conversation with you guys, you know, even though I just met you guys, I'll be able to use some of the gems you given me to kind of, you know, help me in this next phase of my life.
Yeah, it's just wild how life works like that, right? You know, you cross paths with different types of people from different walks of life, and it's
Yeah.
like that can literally change your path or add to your path, and,
Yeah.
and just change. You know, you might do something a little different tomorrow.
Yeah.
that you wouldn't have never thought about.
Right.
Yep.
And
So someone's influence could affect you better.
yeah, you just never know.
Or just
Yeah.
a whole different outlook. Like,
Yeah.
just being from a whole different industry.
Yeah,
For
I mean
sure.
that's the thing. I mean, you know, we're in way two different lines of work,
Yeah.
but it's like we got some common ground too.
It's the same, though. It's,
You
it's
know?
the same. Like,
It's like-
everybody says be a good person, right?
Yeah.
That's, like we said, that's cliche, right?
Yeah.
To be a good person, but sometimes it's harder than harder
for
than
sure.
you think, you know?
Yeah.
You put out good, you'll get good back.
Yeah.
Just keep putting out good. Sometimes
You clicheing on us?
Come on, man.
Come on,
Cliche,
that's the truth,
but it's a
They're
fact.
cliches for a reason.
We're
a
now the
reason,
select
man.
few cliches.
And nobody wants to use them because they're cliche. But
These
you got
select
to.
cliches.
You got
it's,
to, man.
it's there for a reason.
yeah,
got to.
it's wild.
Yeah.
So when you took this job, right? When you were offered this job with the Celtics,
Yeah.
What did they pay you?
no,
No, I'm just
it's $10 a year.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's like, who'd you call? Like, who was the first person
Yeah,
you called
first.
when that phone call came in?
My wife.
Your
Your
wife?
wife.
My wife, yeah.
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
we talk about
That's your
every
partner.
every decision. You know, I say but we kind of try our best to make it together.
Sure.
But my parents, of course.
What'd your dad say?
I mean, he's
gotta be proud, right?
He's older. He's older version of me. So you know, like you said,
But you're following in his NBA footsteps.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's
got to be
proud.
stoked.
Yeah, for sure. He says that all the time. He tells us how proud he is of all of his kids. But you know, he shows us.
But you're his favorite.
He shows us
Today.
You know, he shows with action. You know, not so much with words. You know, more with action and being there. So.
Because he was an
is the
assistant
most
coach for the
important.
Celtics, right?
Yeah, he was long time assistant coach.
Yeah.
Long time. You know,
Wow.
great career as a coach.
That's crazy for the
Yeah.
Celtics too. And
Yeah.
you're right there in his footsteps.
Crazy. You just gotta, I don't know, man. You just keep working.
Have you sat
keep
down with him
developing.
and said, "Hey, give me some thoughts"?
What do I?
Oh
need
yeah,
to
always.
do?
That's been
Yeah.
my whole. That's every day though.
Yeah.
You know, as I watch film. You know, I'm studying film, watching guys. Hey, what do you think about this? Or, what would you do in this situation? So you know, I just take notes. He's giving me all his playbooks and all that. So
Really,
they're
you're
li-
really built for this.
they're a little dated. They're a little dated. You know,
Yeah,
some
of
the
course.
things-
It's got like carbon copies.
Yeah, for sure. They're a little dated, but you know, there's if you look hard enough, you'll
Yeah.
find something. You'll find something.
Yeah. I mean,
sure.
it's some of the plays of today are not the plays of yesterday.
Nah, not at all.
You know, it's
not at all.
the game's
That's
the game's
the
different.
Bobby Boucher notebook right,
Right?
there.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's like PSF, man.
Yeah.
Like how that evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, let's
It's
think
came
about if
a
we
long
still
way.
using the same thing
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Oh, for sure. That's why it didn't work. That's
Right.
why most of those companies aren't around anymore. You gotta get innovative.
Innovative.
You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
But
man.
we learned off of what they did.
You,
Yeah.
you
You know?
take what you know
What's
and
that?
build off of it.
Exactly.
What's that
Yeah.
quote? There's a reason why I can see so far is because I'm standing on the shoulder of giants. You
Yeah.
know,
That's facts.
That's the
I
thing.
like that.
It's-
Yeah, if it wasn't for the people before me, then
Right.
there would be no me.
You
There
wouldn't
you
know what to
go.
build
You
on.
know?
There you go,
exactly.
man.
So I took what they did and I perfected it, and then somebody's gonna perfect it even better than I did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you don't evolve on what you
Yeah.
did,
So you
that's
got to
what's
evolve. You know.
Got to.
So otherwise,
So- So did you watch the NBA draft?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I
Of
watched it.
course he did.
So
It's
are
my
you
job
looking
now.
forward to potentially working with who the Celtics drafted?
Oh yeah. Of course, man. You know, he had the same Jordan Walsh, same dreams, same aspirations I had growing up. So, I'm excited to be able to work with him. I know the whole coaching staff is as well. I know he has big dreams, not only just to make it, but make an impact. So, hey man, he can use me to help. So that's my job.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So kind of to take it way back, when you played, were you on NBA 2K?
Oh yeah, come on, man.
Oh, what? What is that like seeing yourself in a video game?
Yeah,
was
what
pretty
was
cool,
that
man.
moment? You're like, I'm playing as myself.
Like I said, like stuff like that, man. I don't even. It's like it's cool to me, but I'm just so appreciative.
Yeah.
Like I'm just so like in the moment.
But
So,
that's the reason that's why you are the way you are.
I don't know, man. Like,
Because
it's-
so many people would get so hyper focused
up,
on
yeah,
like,
for sure.
have you seen me in the game?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you play
exactly,
me?
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
you're
it's
just, you're.
Did you play as yourself? Did you like every time you
course,
play? You're
of
like,
course.
I'm
Got
only
to.
playing as me.
I maxed
Got
out
to.
my stats.
yeah. I think I was a little underrated.
So like, let me ask this: in
That's
the
crazy.
real life game of basketball, you or your dad, who's winning?
Oh my.
Oh, you guys must have had so many pickup games.
My brother and I, we played him. He used to play as two versus one, and we never beat him. He used to always
No,
like stretch the rules
he's
so where
got
he
that,
wins.
that
but,
old school.
but he
strength.
waited until we got to about 10, 12, and then he just stopped playing us.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
And after-
He wanted to stay out. He wanted to go out on
Yeah,
top.
like I can't. Never, I can't.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can never
he
say
retired
that I beat him.
undefeated.
I can never say I beat my dad in 1-on-1. Never.
Yeah.
I just can't say.
So
it.
he won't even try it now.
So I'm gonna do the same thing with my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
I'm
you
gonna
go.
beat him until he get to be about 6'2",
You
6'3".
just-
Like, hey, son.
You got to know when to bow out.
Yeah,
But I mean,
You know?
I saw Dwayne Wade and his son. They play 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Keep a
They
clean record.
go hard. I seen them. They be
Yeah,
they
that's gotta be
go at
nice
it.
to have such a connection with your father.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's a
huge.
blessing for sure. It's a
That's-
blessing.
I
for
mean,
sure.
And a
you'll
lot of
never
common
have,
ground.
You'll
Yeah.
never have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, now that with my son,
Mm-hmm.
I try to give him the same mentorship, same, philosophy that my parents kind of taught me. So,
You ever show up to family dinners and it's only about basketball? The whole conversation.
Every
At times,
family dinner.
At times, yeah.
Every
but
Does your mom
family
ever be
dinner.
like, "Hey, can we not talk about
my
work?"
mom loved basketball. I think she might like basketball more than my dad. My dad doesn't really like talking about basketball.
Really?
Because, he's done it
It's
his
his
whole
past
life.
life.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? But then my mom, she really enjoys it, you
Yeah.
know? So that's the cool thing about it is our whole family is involved in it. And it's
Your
never
mom
been-
ever talk smack to you? Be like, "Hey, you should have had that one."
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. She definitely, she gives me her, her insight on the
Yeah.
game. So it is what it is, though. I listen,
Yeah.
but I'm like, okay, whatever.
Right.
This is Lamb
dope.
checking in. It's definitely family business.
Yeah, for sure.
Family business.
That's cool though. It makes them so much more enjoyable when everyone's engaged. You
Yeah.
know, it's not your solo journey.
Yeah.
Everyone's giving you input. They're giving you, insight onto what you're doing and where they see you going.
Yeah.
And what they think, and whether it's bad or not, you got something to have conversation with.
Yeah.
So what is something that you know now that you wish you would have known back when you were playing ball?
Something that I know now that I wish I would have known back when I played would probably have to be, just be patient. Be patient. Your time's coming. Just keep working. Don't get too caught up on, what's going on right now in that very moment. Just focus on the work. My mom always told me that's something that, if she didn't teach me anything, she taught me about patience, right? And that's, as I go through this next phase, is, sticking to that, being patient, not forcing it, not trying to do too much.
Put in the work. Do
put
the
in the
best
work,
you
yeah.
can at what you're
Patience
doing.
is hard.
Oh,
It is really hard.
It's difficult. We
all
Here go
just-
another cliche. I got
Yeah.
You just
another
want the next
one.
step.
What is it? Patience is a virtue.
virtue.
Yeah, for sure. You just want that next step.
I can barely be patient for
Come on,
dinner.
man, yeah.
It's like, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet?
Yeah.
I was that kid in the car, like, "Are we there yet? We there
Yeah.
yet?" There's
Oh,
no
I
patience,
It'd be annoying as hell.
Now I'm like super patient. Nah, not really.
Kinda.
Not really.
Not
a little
really.
bit better.
I mean, now I'm humble.
You try
Now I'm
better,
like,
just be better than you were yesterday, man.
Wait
Yeah.
till that drive comes tomorrow. You gonna be patient?
No,
We're driving to Florida tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it's
That's a good 16.
That's
Yeah.
now.
Fortunately, you're taking one of the kids who's
Yeah,
gonna talk to
I'm
my
taking
shit.
some of your burden.
Yeah, hey,
welcome.
the 16-year-old's all yours, brother.
Thank you.
You know, it's all right.
I just give him some beef jerky. He'll shut up.
That's it. Stop by
Some deer,
Bucky's.
some deer jerky.
Yeah, shout out Bucky's.
Bucky's, yeah. What's up, Bucky?
You know,
Yeah,
like
for sure.
it's wild, but patience is tough.
Absolutely. It's hard to learn it too. You can't learn that until you have kind of,
You gotta fail. You gotta fail. at
exactly.
patience. You gotta fail at something.
Failure
Right?
is the best
you know?
teacher.
He's the best teacher. Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
listening, if you're paying attention.
Yeah.
Some people can fail and fail and fail and fail, and then it's
Right.
like, oh,
Gotta learn.
it's my circumstance.
You gotta learn.
You know, I'm stuck in this problem.
You gotta learn.
you
gotta
know.
learn.
Not everyone builds on it.
Is there like a motto, right, that you just kind of go by? You know, like kind of like Jay-Z's "A Hard Knock Life."
Or not life.
You know what I mean? Like some motto. You know?
I mean,
Some just mantra that
Yeah.
I
keeps
mean,
you going every day.
we say why we, do what we do. Like, why do I play the game of basketball? It's for the love of the game.
Yeah.
As I
of the game.
as I transition into coaching, if you ask me why I coach, it's for the love of the game. I'm just so appreciative of what the game of basketball has given me. Not only, the finances to kind of take care of my family, but also to provide opportunities for others.
And doing what you love.
Doing what I love, man.
You're so fortunate to do what you love and get paid, and that's what you get to do every day. That's the biggest blessing of all.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Ice Cube, man. He did a podcast, and he said something about like find you something that you do for free, right?
Yes, exactly.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Say that
like,
again.
like I would coach for free. Like I work with a couple kids today for free.
Yeah.
Just for the love of the game. Just being able to see them wanting to learn, wanting to get better. That's what drives me. Because then it's easy. You're not really working. When everybody involved is there for the sole reason of just to get better, just to improve, it's easy. So for the love of the game, that's probably something.
Yeah.
For the love, man. That's why I do it.
Okay. That's a fair motto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that said, I kind of want to talk about kids, man. I
Yeah.
want to talk about what you're doing with these camps. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about, the youth of today, and the ones who aren't going to have the opportunities, but you're providing as many opportunities as you can.
Exactly.
Like, can you touch base on how did you come up with the concept of the camp, and kind of like let's talk about it.
So this is we just finished my 10th year with the camps. It's been great. 70 to 100 kids every year. But then as I transition into coaching, it's like, how do I, impact more lives, right? Because the ones that I'm talking to are, they're well off, right? They're able to come to the camps, but not everybody can afford to pay for a camp.
Sure.
So how do I offer, quote unquote, scholarships to kids who can't pay for camps? So that's where, the idea of, the nonprofit, shooting for success and creating value in others. That's what, myself and the rest of the coaching staff during the camps, that's what we've been doing. I have a kid named Talik Chavez who's at Louisiana Tech now. He came to my camp as a high school senior, and now he's able to possibly go pro next year.
Wow.
And take care of not only himself but his family. So
Yeah,
sure.
That's huge.
I want to be able to use the knowledge and the resources that was given to me by my parents to kind of pass it down to kids who don't have that opportunity. So being able to create camps and clinics for the inner city that would never even have that opportunity, but also touch some of the better kids in the area and give them some of my knowledge that might help them go college or go pro. So, just trying to, grow and learn, man. As I go through this, this new journey, I'm just so blessed to be able to, give back.
No, I think that's amazing what you're doing.
That's beautiful.
And I think there's just a huge area there, right?
Yeah.
I think there should be more people, and I think through your nonprofit, it's people donating their time, donating money.
Sure.
Other players out there in the industry.
Yeah.
Celebrities too. Just don't have to be an NBA player to help out.
Yeah.
We as humans, we've got to do more.
Yeah.
And it's like you had mentioned some of these guys, these kids in your camp. They have the ability to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like how do we reach these ones that can't?
Yeah.
And what can we do for that?
They're probably the ones that need
The
more
most.
help than the ones that can pay for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just about being intentional, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if that's something that, I would want to do, it's like, how do I do it? You have create a nonprofit, partner with, the YMCA or go into the inner city and see if they can, gather 50 or 100 kids and get a gym, right? And then you just host a camp, get 100 kids to sign up because people want it. Right.
Yeah.
You just have to put it out there in a way to where they can understand what you're trying to teach or what you're trying to give back. So, for me, I'm learning. That's why I'm around people like you guys, right?
Yeah.
That's something that you guys want to do as well. And as I navigate through this space, I ask questions, right? What you don't know, you ask. So,
Sure.
Me being able to be around, people who do know, all I'm going to do is ask. And as of now, that's helped me get to where I am now.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree with that. And that's kind of been my whole life. I didn't have much mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
I had both parents, but we had, there was times when it's just one parent and this and that. And
Exactly.
it's like,
Okay.
nobody really like throttled me forward besides my wife. She did the best, but she kind of raised me at the same time,
That's
Meeting
what they
me
do,
at
man.
16.
That's what they do, man.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Wacky.
she raised me, and I wouldn't be where I'm at without her. But it's like, I have a passion for these kids like you. And it's like, I'm tired of people just worrying about, like, what's the next car I'm going to buy, the next house, the next watch, the next this. But then it's like they don't think about humanity.
Yeah.
Future.
Like, everybody's quick to go overseas, go over to, here and there and help those people, right? But there's so many people here in America that just, they need help. And these kids, man. And they're falling into these tough positions. And, in basketball, dude, that's a huge thing. Football, that's a huge thing. And the celebrities who have stepped forward, right? The professionals who have stepped forward, it's like they can only do so many.
Yeah.
And it's like we've got to all find ways collectively, to
Do our part.
do our part. And I think it's phenomenal what you're doing, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And we are going to do everything in our power to help see that get bigger.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
the
right on.
camp next year, man, it's you know, you might as well just sign us up.
Yeah.
You might as well
For
just
real.
sign us up.
Hey, it's a partnership, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, you help me, I help you. That's how partnerships work.
Absolutely.
And, you know, that's another thing, like being able to help players, you know, like I say basketball because that's the field that I'm in, but help guys transition, you know, into that next phase of their life.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be 18 when they're done with high school, 22, 23 when they're done with college, or 30, 32 when they're done as a pro. You know, I want to be able to be that, you know, that help that can help them transition. We have, you know, a couple of pros that come speak at our camps, right? So you're giving them that platform to tell their story.
Yeah.
You know, because one kid might hear that story, might be like, that's me. You know, so being able to have them come back, but even like the high school, I tell the guy, the campers, or any person who participates in the Pressey hoops, Pressey basketball camps, you know, they have a job, right? So if they want to come back during the summers and work the camp, I'm gonna do my best to do that. You know, to where any student athlete, right? If you're in college, to be able to give them the resources to do internships, I'm gonna do my best to help provide opportunities for that. So, you know, as I'm going through this, I'm learning, man.
Right. Sure.
I'm learning. So I think the most important thing is I'm trying.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, 30 years from now, it's gonna be a whole different ballgame. You know?
Yeah.
And you imagine
It's
how
gonna
many
be
kids
huge.
you've helped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the
big
beauty
picture.
of it. It's, you know, it's not about us right now.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? We've already made it into our 30s.
Yeah.
We're already starting to be accomplished. We're doing this and that, but it's the kids behind us.
Yeah, next gen.
You know, and it's like we got to look at the next two generations because
Yeah.
those are the ones that are going to be in our lifetime.
Yep.
And
Those are the ones taking care of us.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're just going to post all kinds of silly videos about us, you know?
Grandpa's drooling again.
Yeah, I told my wife the other day. I said I'm gonna be one of those old people who's just kind of angry.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I'll be like super cool, but then I'm gonna be angry just for no
It's
reason.
angry for no
Yeah,
reason.
because I'm gonna be like, you know, I'm old.
Like one of those old World
You
War
know?
II guys.
Yeah,
who
it's
just
you know.
gets angry at
Yeah, I'm
things
gonna have
every
like
once
this
in a while.
old like crusty like select few hat.
No,
right?
I don't think
you know?
so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that.
You know, but no, it's I want to help as many people as I can till the day that I die. You know, that's my fulfillment, and I feel like you have that same thing. Like even when you retire from coaching, you hit every dream and goal that you set for yourself, and you hit them, and I know you're
Yeah.
gonna hit them. But it's like you know you're gonna just help so many people, and that's a legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's a legacy to know that you did everything you could while you're here on Earth.
Yeah.
And that's my mission, and I feel like that's yours.
No,
and
that's
man,
a fact.
You know, I stand right there with you, man, and I'm super proud. It's amazing, man.
This is
Yeah.
like, you know, some people invest in, you know, stocks, you know, real estate. You know, I've been blessed to be able to invest in relationships. You know, you want to ask people for help, or you want to, you know, people do it. Oh, I need help with this. They ask them right on the day, but you got to build that relationship. You know, as time goes, that relationship gets stronger and you build, and then, you know, you ask somebody for help. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You know, so me just investing in relationships and building relationships, you know, I think is going to help me in the future. So that's what I invest in, man. Relationships.
Hey, that's the cheapest thing you can invest in.
But yeah, but it's hard.
And
It's
people
hard for
don't
some
invest
people,
in that.
man.
You know,
It's
people
hard. It's
people
hard.
become very like self-absorbed and about them and their hustle and their grind, or they're too tired to do this, and it's
Yeah.
like, you know what, I got to just take care of my family.
Yeah.
It's not that simple, you know. But everybody loses sight
Yeah.
of what's really important.
Yeah.
Don't lose sight.
And exactly, don't lose sight. You know what I mean? It's in the Bible, so it's important. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But that's the whole thing. Is dude? That's like God puts people in this room with me, and it's like I get so excited.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, man, this guy shares that vision. He shares that dream. I'm like, huh. You know, because so like, you know, God opened my eyes to like just how many like wholesome people there are, and they're like in your backyard.
Yeah.
And it's a wild ride, and you know I'm super excited to see what's next. I can't wait to see you on TV and see this
Hey,
journey of yours.
I said thank you. I'm happy to be a select few. I'm part of the crew
Absolutely.
now,
You're
man.
part of the crew.
It's
I'm
dude, you're
Bro, you coming through is huge for us.
You're an inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, and that's not even you know, my inspiration is just like, dude, I'm like, I want to go help more kids like tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, Eric, how many kids can we help on vacation?
For sure.
You know, because I already told him, I took him for, I caught him off guard. I was like, we're bringing all the camera equipment.
Yeah.
We're going to do an impromptu podcast.
Oh, man.
You know,
On vacation.
I'm like, you know, I was like, if there's an alligator there, watch me.
You will see one.
I was like, watch me. I'm going to do something stupid, but it's going to go viral because, you know, Friday can make things go viral. But then we take those clips and then we can make a music video, right? This whole rap shoot with Lambo.
Lambo.
Yeah.
All you got to do is
man.
fly him out.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll drive with y'all.
I'll be right there.
Yeah.
We'll Photoshop him in.
We'll come
Lamb
back.
ain't never too far, man.
Hey, just wait, Lambo. Next year it's going to be the T.I. Smyrna van. You know? Yeah, we're going to go like big.
Man,
Whatever
say
that
less.
is.
You know?
Hey.
It's you got to go big.
Y'all stay
But
tuned.
for real, we need to.
Hey, I'm happy to get in early, man. I'm happy to get in
Hey,
early.
P, that's what I said. I said, oh, yeah. we picked the right podcast.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing,
But
man. Y'all
honestly,
family.
we want to congratulate you, Phil,
Thank you.
and give you a huge thanks for coming down and talk with us.
Right on,
you know,
right on.
You know, you're setting on this big adventure, a new path in life, and we wish the best for you. Thank you for blessing us with your presence and
Hey,
talking
man.
with us for a
Dude,
minute.
we're
Until next
excited
time.
for you, man.
Yeah,
We're going to
can't
get
wait
through
to
you,
see
man.
what happens.
Till next
we can't
time.
wait to have you
Yeah.
back
Oh, yeah, for sure.
whenever you're in town, man. Just let us
Yeah,
know.
just holler at us. Definitely let me know on the next camp.
Mm-hmm.
I think whatever you did this year, we need to try to double that.
Nah, it's a bet.
All right,
That's a bet.
so
There
you
we go.
holler at me.
I got you.
And
It's on
Gotcha.
video.
you know,
Right? I got to hold you to that.
I
Hey,
stay-
send me this clip.
exactly.
I'm a man of my word. So
me this clip.
what-
Sure.
I don't care if he got 50 kids this year, then we're gonna get 100 kids. We're gonna figure that out.
I got you.
You know
For
what
sure.
I mean? Because
Got
I
you.
mean, hell, I'll throw my 16-year-old in that camp. You know,
There you go.
because
Hey, bring
he
him
was
in.
good.
Bring
You
him
know, and then he got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean?
That's
You
the
know,
hard
like,
part. That's
you
right.
know, he was good enough, not pro good, but he was good.
Yeah, he was good, yeah, for
good
sure.
enough for me to build a basketball court.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. He said, "Let me do my part. I'm gonna do my
You know
part
what I mean?
to help you."
Like if he wasn't good enough, I wouldn't have done that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, that's what kids need, dude. Even
Yeah.
if they're not gonna go pro,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, sports changes people's lives.
Yeah, it's a lot,
sure.
and listen, that's why it's not about going to the NBA. It's not about making money. You know, if you play any sport, you know it'll give you the tools you need to make it in life. You know,
Yeah.
whether you're part of whether you're an entrepreneur, you have your own business, you still gonna need a team.
Yeah, I mean that's like my general manager in my West Texas branch.
Yeah.
he was a college baseball coach.
Oh yeah, so he's
And-
probably killing it.
Oh, he's
Yeah, he's
you
probably
know
killing
he knows how to be hardcore.
Yeah.
And I think that's important, and that's a lot of times with coaches can be a very fundamental part of a kid's life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the right coach with the right mindset. Sometimes it's harsh,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't like it as a kid, but when you grow up, you're like, oh damn.
That was lessons.
Yeah,
Lifelong
you're like
lessons.
okay.
lessons.
There's stuff. I mean, remember when we hired that kid, and we asked him what's the one thing that somebody said to you that stuck out to you, and he told him, he said, you're always going to fall short of what you're capable at. And he was talking to him, and for 4 years now, he's been like that's stuck on him, right? He didn't know what the hell it meant, and he told me it, and I said, dude, he's telling you that you're not putting the effort and the potential that he sees in you, so you're always falling short of your potential. I said, that's what he's telling you.
Yep.
So I'm like, pay attention, pay attention. Literally, like mind blown.
Yeah.
He's like, oh damn, I never thought of it like that.
Never thought about it.
But coaches, they play a huge thing, man, and that's why
sure.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
You're going to touch somebody's life, and it could be, a huge thing in their career long term.
Yeah, I appreciate the platform, man.
You know,
y'all put me
Anytime.
on.
It's been fantastic, brother.
Thank you.
dude. It's a
Thank
pleasure,
you.
brother.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
so
Appreciate you.
that's a wrap.